Okay, chapter 4. In your books, it's a little easier to take a look at it and so you can visualize what we're doing. If you turn to page 92, it's got what we're going to call a chart of accounts. And the chart of accounts is basically our way of classifying everything all the accounts that we have in our business. There's 5 basic categories. You can see them there. And they are assets, liabilities, owner's equity, and then you've got revenue and expenses. And the assets, liabilities, and owner's equity are what we call balance sheet accounts. And then our income and expenses are income statement accounts. So the first part of chapter 4, all I want you to do is take the categories and the list of accounts that we have on page 95 and put them into an order. So I'm just going to start out by going chart of accounts. And then on my left, I'm just going to put a line down the middle. On the left, I have balance sheet accounts. And on the right, I have income statement accounts. So basically it goes by hundreds. So every 100 is a new type of account. My 100s account are assets. And there's no real order to how these go other than cash is always first. So cash, we're going to label is account 110 is cash. So from this other list of accounts, I have to go through and find all of my other accounts or all of my other assets. So what do you see? What other assets are in there? Accounts receivable, okay? So we go 120 is accounts receivable Tyler Link. And then we'll go 130 is accounts receivable Megan Alvarez. What else do we see for assets? I see 2 more. Supplies. So we go 140. And what else? Yep, insurance. So 150 is prepaid insurance. That's all I see. All right, so then our next list is for the 200 accounts are liabilities. So our liabilities are what? Anything that says payable, right? So I see 2. How many do you guys see? What are they? Both the accounts payable. So I have 210 is accounts payable Schurer supplies. And then the other one would be 220 accounts payable Mid-City. And then I've got my 300 accounts. And that is my owner's equity. Now, normally we talked about sales and expenses being an owner's equity account. However, we're breaking it down a little farther. So we have specialized accounts for revenue and expenses. So all we're really looking for, there's two accounts. I've got capital and drawing. So 310 is Clara, Ross, capital, and 320 is Clara, Ross, drawing. Is it glitching on your screen? Who's got it on their computer? Kept kicking you off. Okay, on the opposite side, my 400 accounts are revenues. And when we were playing Monopoly, we had multiple revenue accounts. The revenue accounts were go revenue, miscellaneous revenue, and rent revenue, right? So in this case, though, the way I see, we only have one type of account that we're bringing money in with, and that is sales, right? So my sales would be 410. Sales. And then the last is my 500s, and that's expenses. And the expenses they want in alphabetical order. So I would start with, what do you see there that would be first? Automobile expense, so that's 510. $520 is insurance. $530 would be miscellaneous. $540 rent. $550 would be supplies expense. So all that really is doing is taking all the accounts that you have and organizing. Well, the reason we organize them, well, I guess we'll do the second part. So that's part number one of work together. Part number two says two new accounts, postage expense and utilities expense are added to the chart of accounts prepared in part one. Assign account numbers for the two new accounts. All right, so postage expense. So all I'm going to do this is write postage expense. And if we were to put this in alphabetical order, postage would be what? If we were to put it in alphabetical order. To me, it looks like they go between 530 and 540, right? Mm-hmm. Well, since there's stuff already after that, I'm just going to split the difference, and I'm going to call it account number 535. And the other account that they want me to add is utilities. I spelled that wrong, sorry. And utilities expense would go at the end, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that's real easy, that's just 560. And all of this organization is good, but why we're using it is because every account is going to have one of these. For every single account, we're going to have one of these, and this is a ledger account. This is our general ledger, and that's where we keep track of each account, what it does. So we're going to assign account title and number to every one of these. So it tells us that it wants us to open cash. So all I'm going to do is write cash there. The account number is 110. If I look up top, 110. And then later on, as you flip through, you're going to see we have multiples of these. So cash is going to have one, accounts receivable is going to have one, sales is going to have one, supplies, prepaid insurance, everything. So we can track each individual account, how we use it. So, and we'll keep what happened, and we'll keep a running balance in each of these. So that's all 4.1 is right now. So why don't you go ahead and do the 4.1 on your own, which is basically the same thing. And then we'll see what we've got for time left, because I'm not positive what time we get out of here. So do 4.1 on your own, and I'll see if I can get this posted on Canvas.